Welcome everyone to round 2 of Bulldog Community Gaming LLC's Gundam Card Game Night. Once again, if you guys are looking to play some Gundam card game action, Bulldog Community Gaming LLC is the place to be. Tuesday nights, 6:30, $5 entry. As well as if you guys are looking to watch this Gundam card game action live as it is happening, there are links down in the description below to Bulldog's Twitch and Facebook page, where you guys can catch this Gundam card game action live Tuesday nights, 6:30. So anyways, for this game, we got our round 1 purple-red Gundam Barbatos aggro going up against whatever deck this opponent will be playing. Ooh! I felt like I think everyone in this event, besides one guy who just recently got into the game, was on purple. So, yeah, I think everyone was on a form of purple. I think, yeah, everyone who had been playing the game for some time, except the guy who just recently joined into the community over here at Bulldog, was on purple. So we'll have to see what purple he brought. We've seen purple white. I've seen someone play purple white. We've got purple blue. We got purple red. I haven't seen purple green just yet, but who knows? Maybe someone will smash Wing Gundam with purple and make a purple green strategy. That'd be quite a weird strategy if you ask me, but nonetheless, very interesting strategy probably. But nonetheless, we'll just have to see what will come out from here. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. So it looks like the right side player will be going first here, flipping one resource, and then simply just passing. As we see the left side player going next here, flipping their one resource as well. Then we're going to see a gem. So we got a blue strategy so far, a blue engine. And then, like I said, we do have purple-red on the other side because we've already seen it because I was my round 1 matchup. But anyways, we're going to put out the Zaku Mariner. We have Zaku Mariner against a gem. We're going to then go for 2 resources. We're immediately going to play out the Hydrian out there, the 4/3 that is really nice to have on the battlefield. I never saw mine, man. Anyways, we're then going to go for, of course, the swapping out the bases here for the Zinwala to then get that extra AP to knock out immediately the EX base. Such a good base for like turn 1. Like you play one guy that's a 2/2, buff it up, and then immediately be able to swing in for that 3, knocking out the EX base. Not mentioning that you get the really good fact of having that 5 health already on the board. So meaning that that the gym and the Hydrian have to now swing into that base and knock it out both. It's just not the Hydrian swinging into the base and then the GM having to knock out an immediately shield. So just kind of figure out what we want to do here. Again, we could have the gym kill off the Zaku Mariner and then deal 4 damage to the base, resetting it to the board state to where there would be no bodies on it. And then we would need pilots to then renew the summoning sickness with the linking mechanic. All right, so we're immediately going to decide to swing here. We're going to go, close combat to kill the gym. I believe the gym was trying to go after the Zaku Mariner so that it can, the Zaku Mariner here so that it can try to kill. But immediately we're going to see the close combat to immediately kill off the Zaku Mariner. We're going to go for the 4 damage onto the base. And then we're going to be able to burn all our resources here to go for a Gray's custom and a Gundam Barbatos second form onto the board. Nice. A little better on one side of the board than on the other side right now. The first side, the purple-blue player, as we see on the left side, yeah, he's got a little better than me. As we see Fatal Strike to kill off the Hydrian off of the board. Once again, when it comes out of hand, it can kill anything with a level 3 or less. Again, coming out of shields, it has to kill. It only deals 1 damage to 1 unit on the board. And then we're going to go for a dual Gundam. Just a quick read of the old dual Gundam here. I believe it's just more or less for the bodies here, as we see. Good job for Scott. He's got himself another subscriber. Congratulations to him. Of course, Scott is the owner of Bulldog Community Gaming LLC. Good guy. He's always trying to give you the best experiences over at the shops. Anyways, we're going to go for a show of resolve to draw 2. Of course, I was about to say draw 2, discard 1, but that is overflowing affection, not show of resolve. That is the white draw card, not the blue draw card. It's so interesting that blue and white are the only 2 colors that got draw engines in them, which makes them the more wanted engines to play because of that. So anyways, we're going to go for the Gundam Barbatos second form to kill off the kill of the Zaku Mariner, because then we can because we take back the 2 damage and we still live, as well as then hitting out the base there with the Gray's Custom. And then we have the dual Gundam just left on the board with now with a Jim also coming out on the left side player. So anyways, that Gundam Barbatos second form also has that ability. It's now getting a +2 AP because it is damaged currently onto the board. So it is now going to be able to, it does deal back 4 damage anytime it is swung at, instead of just dealing back the normal 2 damage, which again is pretty nice. The fact that you get that up early and then you're basically just rolling to the races. And again, maybe even thinking about mine, maybe it should have been better where I didn't burn my EX resource so soon into the game, but I don't know. Like I said, my game I felt was just getting bodied here, and so far it looks like the red player hasn't able to do the bodying that he did to me like they did in round 1. So anyways, right now it does look like it is going to the side of the purple blue side of it, but we never know. I mean, aggro can still play. We see the kshatriya, then we're going to pay the 1. We're going to go for the Marita Cruz. We're going to ping one of each of these with the kshatriya effect, and then we'll be able to knock out one of them with the, of course, the effect of the kshatriya. So we're going to knock out the Jim here, and we're going to see an OG Papa Gundam coming out of the resources that of the shields there. Nothing we could do. So the Borsei is getting a little bit under the control now that kshatriya is on the board, and there's not much that can technically kill off that kshatriya. The Gray's Custom could attempt to swing and deal 2 damage to it, but that would still leave the kshatriya on 3 health points. And not mentioned, the kshatriya still has the ability to, when Marita swings next turn, to ping one thing on it, which again, you think more of when you think of the kshatriya, because again, this is a purple-red strategy set up the purple-blue. And most of the time when I think of the kshatriya, I like to do it in the blue strategy of the Cyber Newtype deck, the red-blue Cyber Newtype deck, because then you have also like the 𝐒𝐲 and the gun tank to help you push for that last like little damage you need to start killing off bodies thanks to the kshatriya ping. Which again, I think a lot of people are arguing, you know, as we see like Zeon Aggro taking like the stage right now, that Cyber Newtype shouldn't be played or has lost its value. But a lot of people are saying, well, if you still got little bodies all over the board, there's no reason that the red-blue Cyber Newtype shouldn't still be meta relevant, because it does have the ability to ping a lot of bodies off of the board altogether. So kind of figure it out. Oh, someone has liked the stream as well. Look at that first. Yeah, as a reminder, these are just recaps of these live streams. So everything you're seeing, like the likes and all that of course is coming from the live stream. So as we see the Korska base coming down, we'll have the 4-2 𝐒𝐲𝐃𝐒s coming down as well. Probably a little faster than I played my 4-2 𝐒𝐲𝐃𝐒s onto the board. It looks like our right side player did have to remind our left side player that he does get a token here with the 4-2 𝐒𝐲𝐃𝐒s. Yeah, so there's a 4-2 body that's now on the board. Unfortunately, 4-2 body still can't kill off a kshatriya thanks to that extra +1 AP that Marita Cruz is giving it. And of course, that does mean that, of course, if Marita does swing, she can ping 1 damage onto that. But the problem is she could technically, well, I don't know. I mean, she's technically going to go after the base altogether. We're going to go for 1. We're going to go for, of course, Marita 𝐒𝐃𝐒, or the pilot there, and then we're immediately going to be able to then swing over it, because we'll ping 1 onto the kshatriya due to the effect of the pilot being paired here, as we see the 2 to pay the EX resource and the last resource to go for the Hydrian. So anyways, when 𝐒𝐿𝐼us Agus equips pairs to any unit, he deals 1 damage to one of your units and 1 damage to one of your opponent's units. And then, so that just allows you to get that effect to go off. As we see the Fatal Strike coming down, I suppose we have either choice. We do have the 𝐒𝐲𝐃𝐒s, we do have the Hydrian. So we're just going to swing over the Hydrian there, knocking out, as we see also that the Gundam Barbatos 4th form is coming down, as we have the kshatriya coming down as well. So we were able to do 2, 4, 6 there, and that is 2, 4, 6. Okay. So the 𝐒𝐲𝐃𝐒s going after the shields, hitting the big kshatriya off of the board here, so just trying to keep it stable. Then we're going to go for the 4. We're going to go for the Gundam Barbatos 4th form, and it looks like we may have 1. I believe they paid, so for a Jim, I thought they were going to pay for the pilot, but I guess they don't have the 𝐒𝐿𝐼us in hand, or 𝐒𝐿𝐼z, or the Agus in hand. I don't know. Don't try to pronounce. I'm going to try to pronounce the pilot names correct, but you're just going to have to correct me all that down in the comments if Iron Blooded Orphan is your favorite, and I know that's one of the favorite Gundam series. So anyways, right now that Gundam Barbatos 4th form does not have a suppression, because it does not have physically the damage counter on it. The suppression only triggers if the Gundam Barbatos 4th form has a single damage point on it. Again, that's very easy. They did miss the trigger off of the Barbatos. The Barbatos should have actually damaged something on play. So it doesn't really matter because, again, it just looks like the 𝐒𝐍𝐶 did just killed off the Talgies, even that matters. So anyways, the Gundam Barbatos swinging down, damaging the Barbatos second form there to allow it to get that 2 extra AP, and then it's going to be able to swing over and kill off the base there. The base already had a damage point on it. I thought the Gundam Barbatos second form only deals back, gets a +2. Maybe it gets a +3 AP bonus. I can't remember. I know it's either 5 damage points on it or if it's 2 more extra damage points. Nonetheless, damaging it makes it a nuisance because that damage is always, that extra AP is always active on it. So this is going to be very interesting here. Again, there is no suppression right now. Member suppression states on it that you deal 2 damage simultaneously to your opponent. So anyways, we're going to deal back the, we're going to take 2 on there and immediately kill it. Then we're going to go for the gun tank. So we lose a gym with gun tank to get that Barbatos second form off the board, so just we don't have to deal with that extra AP hitting. And then we're going to go for, of course, the Gundam Barbatos fourth form, immediately knocking the pilot into our opponent's hand while they have their fourth form up on the board as well. Then we're going to go for OG Papa Gundam. Then we're going to go for the 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒. Basically, we're telling our opponent, you got to have the win here, otherwise I'm cracking your entire shield presence and then winning the board and winning the game. It's going to be kind of interesting because the only thing this Gundam Barbatos fourth form can trade with is that other Gundam Barbatos fourth form, and that is really about it because you'll have to attach the pilot to it. Then you'll get the 2+ AP to kill over. The problem is the pilot is going to have to damage the Gundam Barbatos fourth form. Well, I guess no, you do get an extra +1 defense. So you will be able to survive if you kill over the Gundam Barbatos fourth form. But you don't have like a breach or anything like that. So anyways, we're going to go for another Gundam Barbatos fourth form. We're going to go for suppression here to knock out 2. Nothing in there for much of a use. Then we're going to go for the 1 for the pilot here, and then immediately damaging this one, and then damaging the gun tank here. And then we're immediately going to go for the suppression, I would suppose, or it could go swing over the Gundam Barbatos fourth form so that you don't have to worry about if your opponent finds a way to damage it, like if he gets the pilot or anything like that. So we're just going to trade out here again. Melee smack out here. We're going to go to Hydrian, and then we're just going to pass. So basically, it's a gamble on what each side wants to do. Again, there's only looks like 3 shields up on the right side player, so they could swing technically 3 of their bodies into it and attempt to try to kill it out. I think they only have 1 card in hand on the left side, so we're going to have to figure this one out because they are at threat of the suppression because the suppression is active on the Gundam Barbatos fourth form. Anyways, then we're going to swing. Okay, both gun tanks have smashed into the shields. No base there, so nothing of worry. No close combat, nothing of that sort, which is good because Fatal Strike would have been pretty damaging there because it could have killed off one of the gun tanks, the wounded gun tank, and knocking it out. So we're going to pay 1. We're going to go for Armor Ray to rest the Hydrian. We're going to go swing over the 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄 over the Gundam Barbatos. We do get an extra AP. All our units do get an extra AP here. So we're going to knock out the Gundam Barbatos. We're going to go for, just showing it. We're going to go for Iron. Oh my gosh. It's the Will of Iron Blood. The Iron and Blood, basically, I'll call it. With Iron and Blood. With Iron and Blood. So when he attacked, you could pay it, and then your unit gets +3 AP on the attack. So basically, meaning that, and it looks like we went for the base as well on the right side there. And then basically we're just finishing this game up on the left side here. We just spammed out bodies beyond bodies here. Even if you tap down the Rizawelian to the Hydrian to get the extra AP, gonna matter. The gray is custom, and then there's really nothing you could do. The Gundam and a Leo, and then basically Leo for the game there. So yeah, so what happened a few turns back when the OG Papa Gundam attempts to kill off the Hydrian and then technically survive because 4 damage would have only come back. We saw then with Iron and Blood being played that gives one of your units +3 AP on it. So while it's being attacked, so that immediately kills the OG Papa Gundam, and then we just passed from there by swinging over the last shield, and then basically I believe that was actually the base there. So the base comes out. And then basically, we go from there. Let's see. Was that the base for the last shield? It should have been. No. Oh, no. The OG Papa Gundam just died. So they did just play the base here, taking the last shield. No. Okay. No. They did swing over with the gun. Okay. So missed a few things. The Hydrian comes out. The gun tank swings over, hits the base. And then basically that is the end of that there. So pretty much nothing else they could do, and then they'll just play out the Corsica base, and then they'll make the Leos, and then it looks like the last card they picked up out of their hand, Alpha of the Shields, was the OG Papa Gundam, and they just pretty much clean up the board state from there. But that is pretty much it for the games. Let me know your thoughts, guys, down in the comments on the gameplay. Have you guys tried out a purple strategy yet? I've seen purple white. We've seen purple blue. We've seen purple red. Heck, maybe someone's got a purple green strategy running around. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll have to bring next week, purple green, and just have some giddy fun with it, because again, next week's Gundam card game night over at Bulldog Community Gaming at the time of this recording will actually be the last one of the GDO1 format before we go into the GDO2 format. So yeah, so at the time of this recording, on next week, that is the 21st, will be the last GDO1 format game over at Bulldog Community Gaming. So let me know your thoughts, guys, down in the comments. Let me know as well as you guys are going to be picking up any GDO, if you've picked or picked up any GDO2, and if you've ever tried out, if you got lucky to get your hands on any purple cards. And with that, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you get notified when my videos go live for you. I will see you here next time on Dragons TCG.